Welcome to Buddy C Classics, Episode 1, the pilot. And we chose appropriately to review something that's epic and memorable. 96 was a big year for movies, but nothing was bigger than Bushwhacked. Number one movie of the year.
Classic.
Number one movie of the year to me.
What else? Hold on. A couple of movies came out in 96 was what?
Independence Day.
Black Sheep.
Black Sheep, 96. Harry the Spy came out in 96. Primal Instinct, I think.
Suburban Commando.
Bushwhacked is about a delivery guy who gets framed for a murder, so he goes to Devil's Peak with a group of scouts posing as a scout leader to clear his name. In this movie, Daniel Stern's pretty much, he's Marv from Home Alone, but he stopped being a burglar, got out of jail, and was like, I'll be a delivery man now. Daniel Stern's character is named Max. We rarely will refer to him as Max.
We'll call him Spider or...
Daniel Stern. He's
Daniel
playing himself to me.
Daniel Stern, yeah.
So Daniel Stern starts off strutting his way. He struts his way into the movie.
Yeah, into the
like the most animated walk I've ever seen. Just everything. Chewing gum. Couldn't be doing an extra thing while doing nothing.
At one point, corners a girl going that.
To me, whenever a movie starts and it focuses on a character, it's like, okay, they're going to show him in a situation that's going to base, like, oh, this is how this guy is, because he did this in this situation. Daniel Stern, he's ordering funny things.
What can I get you, bro?
2 packs of Marlboros, some snowballs, and a jumbo Coke.
They were Teeter's
2 packs of Marlboros.
Yeah.
What?
Takes the rapper.
Oh, he shoves it in Kevin McAllister's book bag.
He goes to his job.
What was the name of the place? Planet Express? Delivery Express? It's UPS. He goes to his job at UPS, going to make his delivery to, what's the character's name? Bragdon. He goes to the guy's house to deliver baggage. Knocks first. He knocks, rings the doorbell 90 times. Makes it the point to ring it like, I'm Daniel Stern.
Screaming.
Daniel Stern here. No one answers, so he walks in. Already a huge invasion of privacy.
Yeah, already B&E.
He walks in, yelling his name. Hey, Bragdon.
He's like, you here? What's he do? He proceeds to go farther into the house.
Starts calling his name at one point, just to be like, just looking through the house, like, hey, what's this for, man? Finds a fire. Which supposedly the guy he's looking for is in and killed in.
Hey, Mr. B! What's cooking?
FBI agents rush in from behind him.
Worst cops you would ever seen.
They're not even really I think they're not supposed to be portrayed as really bumbling cops. I think they're supposed to show them as like real villains. Like, these guys get killed this making. Daniel Stern's in trouble, folks.
Right.
It's not Kevin McAllister, okay? This guy's like 46.
He drops the gun, and what's Daniel Stern do?
Picks it up to tell them, hey, there is a fire in there.
He just freezes.
He leaves because
he leaves.
Shouldn't have left. I guess he was panicked. That's the thing. I think I'm picking this movie apart a little bit too much.
Me too.
That's when the kids come in. Fuck. Now the
worst part about this movie is the kids. You got the guy who wants to be the man, Gordy.
Yeah. You
got the fat kid, you got the nerdy kid, you got the funny best friend.
The girl, and then the little angry kid. The little, let me at him, I'm scrappy dude.
And then from the...
Gordy, who's kind of the leader, his mom runs the troop like they're a bunch of Girl Scouts.
We have a new project. We're going to get our cooking badges.
Shoot her in the head, Casey.
He calls his office to find out if there's any more packages going to that guy who got burned in the fire, Michael Bragdon.
Says it's supposed to be delivered on Monday. Okay, that's 3 days. Same address? Someplace called Devil's Peak.
So he starts heading there, and on the way, runs into the real scout leader who's going to take these kids on overnight.
He manages to get in a confrontation with the real scout leader.
I am an inconsiderate person?
Hey, Sergeant Doofus, did you paste that note to my window?
Pulls a gun on him that he had from the FBI agent. And sends him on his way, glues him to the steering wheel and says, drive, takes the guy's car, and is mistaken for a scout leader by a police officer, who doesn't recognize him. A cop finds him.
Gotcha!
And doesn't recognize him. He's like, I'm on the manhunt, it's all over the TV, but the cop, who works in the area, doesn't know what he looks like.
I'm sure the kids are still raring to go.
He's like, oh, hey, you're late for the kids! Daniel Stern takes him out. First thing he does when he brings these kids out, which the mom and the trooper are like, yeah, you seem legit.
No, I brought plenty of worms. I've got so much. I can help.
What the hell am I doing here?
Hey, wait up! Teacher, could you please teach me how to whittle?
Bye.
They go out the trail. He first says, just walk and I'm going to observe you.
Yeah.
I want you to walk.
Walk?
I want you to just keep walking away from here towards wherever it was that you were going.
Almost killed these kids in the first 10 minutes of the movie. Like,
He said, go as far as you can go, and then he literally says to himself, I gotta get out of here.
Okay, I'm out of here.
And they finally all meet back up.
And then decide to go to Devil's Peak. That gets the kids into the idea.
How tough could it be? It's this far.
As they make their way up, they get through all these little adventures while the real scout leader starts tracking them with this fat, corrupt FBI agent from the beginning of the movie.
They were in the middle of the woods, and they run into a little bear.
Give me your paw.
Okay, one thing about this movie. When people get hurt in this movie, it's supposed to be really funny, but sometimes people get hurt to a point where I'm like, oh my god, like,
He gets shit whipped by that bear.
Then it bites his neck, it makes like a little sound effect, and the kids are like, that's not pretty.
yeah.
We're gonna show the clip right now.
That's not pretty.
See? Like, it doesn't make any sense. What's he talking
You
about?
can hear the chopping.
We usually don't smoke cigarettes, but we're doing it because Daniel Stern smoked so many in Bushwhacked. We were like, let's,
We gotta go with it. Gotta go
start
with
smoking
it.
too. We get to their first night. They set up camp.
Hey! Got the tent up.
The next morning, they get a radio to work that Gordy made.
It's a crystal diode receiver.
Fag. What does he call it? It's a crystal metahydrite. I'm a puss. They find out that he's a murderer, that they think he's a murderer. It's Mad Max over a radio transmission.
They put a hell of a concoction
Yeah,
into a water bottle.
A failed juice.
Cough syrup, sleeping medicine, and allergy medicine.
Not like, oh, they put some of this. It's like they put all of this, and all of this in there. At first, he's like, I don't want it.
I don't want to drink.
Then he's like, you know what? On second thought, I'm going to drink the whole thing
he drank
right
the
now.
whole thing.
He drinks and starts running. That's the funny thing. Is like, oh, I'm
He's
all
running-
energetic now.
He is so high that he's running just like singing
Yeah, like-
a song going.
The FBI guys capture Mad Max and just leave the kids be, pretty much. Tell them, like, yeah, just stay here.
Who's way here for the rescue team? I am going to take care of the bad guy.
And as they're about to shoot him, the kids intervene because they're like, you know what? They didn't help us. Something's not right. Let's save this fella. Save Max, jump off a cliff into
Some water.
huge river.
Huge river. Throw their book bags off thinking that they'll fool them to drown.
Throw your packs in the river! What are you doing? They'll think we're dead!
Yet there was no bodies present. Managed to bust out a climbing kit after they threw their book bags out.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then said he climbed Kilimanjaro.
That makes sense.
Telling you, I did!
I don't know.
The only helicopter was the bad guys. That didn't make sense. The kids get to Devil's Peak with Mad Max. Gordy's mom's kidnapped at the top. A scout leader comes in, subdues the fat FBI agent.
Oh no.
When Max goes inside, he gets held up at gunpoint. Gordy comes to save his mom from being shot, jumps and falls over the railing.
Trips over a board on his own.
No one did that to him. If
On
you watch
his
the movie,
own.
no one did it to him. If everyone stood there as he ran by, he would have fallen anyway. The bad guy himself literally goes like,
He goes,
look, and he's like,
Mad Max beats up the bad guy. Tries to save Gordy
Yeah.
by holding on.
Impossible.
Barely holding on. At that point, everybody, like Gordy's mom, everybody loves him. He had recognition at that point. He's good.
he got big time recognition. He
Yeah.
becomes a scout leader. All the kids are Eagle Scouts now.
They forget the fact that he kidnapped kids, stole a bunch of cars, pointed a gun at official officers,
Sent these kids off to their death at one point. I think 2 points.
attempted murder,
Yep.
and what do they do instead? They give him a medal.
And they say, hey, here's 100 kids, and they're all going to go with you on this next one. He barely lived in
No
height.
idea what he's doing.
He was in the woods
winged it.
for 2 days, not even 2 days, like 36 hours maybe. Didn't know what a beehive was. Fucked with a bear. Jumped off a cliff into water, which is they had to do it, but he did.
Drank bug repellent. I don't know how we're rating it, but I would see it again. I would go on my way to rent it.
I'd watch it more than one more time.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna watch it more than one more time. It's on YouTube, the whole movie for free.
it's a movie you want to see. Yeah, it's a good movie.
I recommend it. If I found that movie in a store, I will buy it immediately. All the plans are because of Bushwhacked. We're going to have a different theme next week, but make sure you subscribe on YouTube.
Like us on Facebook.
And follow us on Twitter.